All right, very quick little video here. This is idea called percent error and percent yield. So real easy. So you do a chemical reaction. All right, so whatever it is, 2H2 plus O2 makes 2H2O. And in your calculations, what you find out is you say, oh, I got calculations going on, and I find out that I was supposed to make 36 grams of water. That is what my calculation said. When I threw the numbers in there, I made 36 grams of water. And then what happens is you actually only made 28 grams of water. And this happens in chemistry all the time. In chemistry all the time, you're gonna do a chemical experiment, then you run it, and you're gonna end up with more or less than you were expecting, because there's always something wrong with your measurements, something going wrong with how you did it, etc. So then what you're gonna do is, you're going to take your actual, what you actually got from the experiment, and you're gonna divide it by your theoretical. So your 28 grams divided by your 36 grams. And what that's gonna tell you is what your percent yield was. That also tells you what your percent error is too. So how far off you are from what you were supposed to get. So your percent error is going to be the difference between what you should have gotten and what you did get. Your percent yield is how much you did get of it. So if you take this, no, I'll do this for me real quick. 28 divided by 36.
0.7777.
Okay, so what we have is, if you divide this, this gives you like 0.78. All right, which basically we could say is 78% yield. So you got a 78% yield. You were supposed to get 36, you only got 28, that's a 78% yield. That also means though, that you had a 22% error. All right, that's 100% was what your goal was. You have a 22% error. So you have to take your actual, divide it by your theoretical. 78% is your yield. 22% error is your error. And the way I always think about this is, every time you take one of my tests, every single time, I expect you to get 100. But let's say you don't. Let's say you take a test and you only get an 85. So you theoretically studied to get 100. You actually only got an 85. Well, what does that mean? You had an 85% yielding of correct answers and you had a 15% error.